don't know what it's going to take for them to realize that Nia Jax is not the move right now. Like
Yeah.
I really like Nia Jax, but I mean, obviously I've talked about it before how much I like Nia Jax. I mean, it's purely it's not a this isn't a profession. That's not a professional concern. I have a professional concern with her hurting somebody. A,
Right.
like her hurting somebody. B, what? Why does a feud with Kairi Sane? What does that do? I mean, I get that that's Asuka's tag team partner, but
Right.
I don't understand why she has to wrestle her every week.
I
She's
agree,
just like
especially after
beating
the first. Yeah, go ahead.
she's just like beating the living dog shit out of her.
Especially after the first buckle bomb when she hurt Kyrie, I was surprised that they had 2 matches after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and then like apparently I was reading that that's one of the reasons why they decided to ban the buckle bomb in WWE. So for those of you that don't know, the WWE has decided to add to its extensive list of maneuvers that are not allowed to be performed anymore. And the maneuver that is most recently added to the list is a buckle bomb, which is basically just a power bomb into the turnbuckle. Seth Rollins injured Sting doing a buckle bomb, a pretty significant injury for Sting as well.
Yeah.
And so that was they said that was kind of got that conversation started, and then when Nia Jax totally botched it against Kairi Sane is when they made the final decision to not allow it anymore. But
yeah, I mean, we can talk about that later, but about our thoughts on the buckle bomb. But yeah, I think that was definitely like the straw that broke the camel's back, like that one to Kairi Sane. But yeah, man, I mean, like we talked about, you could tell that it was very edited. That episode that she threw her into the steel steps, and she must have just been out, and then they quickly did the finish. But
yeah, they ended it real fast, and if you saw there was a video or a picture on Instagram, on Kairi Sane's Instagram, of the cut, and let's just say you could stack a couple nickels in that thing. It was not good.
So part of me is wondering, like, and correct me if you don't agree, and this is just speculation, this isn't necessarily, but a lot of the injuries have been to Kairi Sane. And do you think it's a matter of her selling it so much that it's actually maybe Kairi's fault? Or do you really think that it's Nia Jax just really not knowing? Because the way I look at it is, like, you get thrown into the stairs, that's really on Kairi Sane. The buckle bomb's a different story, but, help me out. What's the other scenario that she got hurt on? You know what I mean? I just think that not all of the fault should fall on Nia Jax. I don't know if that's right. I'm just saying, like, to play devil's advocate, I could see that, people want to bump for her harder because she's a bigger girl. And so that could play in. And so, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's that she's like a little bit unsafe and not as well trained, or do you think could be the latter that I just said?
Honestly, like with the buckle bomb, when she did that buckle bomb, and we talked about this before, you can hear Kairi Sane say she's not set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think in that instance, it may have been just Nia Jax just rushing. I think she rushed a little bit with a few of the things that she did. With the steps, the thing with the steps, I don't really know, man. Like, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because when Kairi Sane went into the steps, she fell face first. It wasn't like something I've never seen before. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it wasn't like I've actually seen people go harder into the steps.
For sure.
But that the blame for that, like I don't obviously I don't know the story, but the blame for that, I don't think that can fall entirely on Nia Jax, but
right. Yeah, at least not entirely. But
yeah,
it's one of those things, man. You only get so many, and it happens back to back to back each week. It's not a good look. And so,
yeah.
what's your thoughts? Like, let's say next week she goes out and hurts somebody. Do you think she gets fired?
Well, again, I think it depends on how bad it is. I think it depends on, you know what I mean? Like, I just think it. So I think she's. I'm not. I don't even. I'm not even gonna say she's on thin ice because I don't even agree. I don't even think that. But I don't know. I
I mean,
just.
I was gonna say she is still challenging for the title, so it's not like she's just a random
Yeah.
girl in the division. She's technically the number 2 right now in
Yeah.
all of women's Raw roster.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I really don't have any idea what the brass think of her. So like, I
Right.
can't. We obviously we can only report on what we experience and like what I've experienced from her so far. And I've not only experienced it, but I mean I've obviously heard rumors about the fact that some people think she's unsafe. But I don't know, man. Like again, like
Yeah.
you just said, they're pushing her for the title. So
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I
it's
think you
interesting.
can't have. I think she's like Nyla Rose in AEW. Like you have such a dominating presence and a figure that you would
Yeah.
assume is going to just destroy everybody. So
Yeah.
you want to use that talent, but if that talent's not cooperating with you and performing well, and then I don't. Obviously, it's already set that she's challenging for the title, but I'll be interested to see what happens after Backlash.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting.